Player ratings in FIFA can change depending on how a player performed the previous season. Most of them are like 1 to 2 overall changes, but some of them are drastically different. Take Riyad Mahrez for example. In FIFA 16, before the start of the 15-16 season, Mahrez was a 73 rated player for Leicester. 12 months later, he had the Premier League crown, was voted the PFA Player of the Year, and was linked to every major club in Europe bar none. Yeah, even if EA gave him a 10 plus rating boost, it still would have been too little. So they actually gave him a plus 12. Mental. We're looking for the opposite in this video. We'll dissect one player from every FIFA game since FIFA 16 and the stupid rating they got given in every FIFA, whether for good or bad. Smash the subscribe button just like I smashed ladyboys from Thailand, and become a member to be part of my future fascist empire. Let's go. FIFA 16, Antoine Griezmann, 83. FIFA 16 was released in the summer of 2015, so after the 14-15 season, I think you get the memo at this point. So Griezmann at the time never really did much trophy-wise to earn a higher rating, right or wrong? At the time, despite Atletico Madrid doing what they do best and losing to Real Madrid and everything, Griezmann had already exploded with a 15-goal season for Real Sociedad in the 13-14 season, with those performances earning him the move to Atletico in the first place. Then he explodes again with a 25-goal season for Atleti as they win nothing, get to the final of nothing, and gets knocked out of the Champions League to fucking Real Madrid again and Chicharito. Individually though, Griezmann deserved much more than a lonely 83 overall. The 15-16 season was proof of this. This was the breakout year for Griezmann's career, hitting 30 goals in all competitions, reaching the final of both the Champions League with Atleti and the final of the Euros with France, being named the player of the tournament for Euro 2016. Of course, he lost both to Ronaldo. Yeah, who's a good boy? Yes, you are, Griezmann. You're Ronaldo's bitch. But even before the breakout season, I guarantee an 83 rating wasn't up to par realistically to what he was doing. In that FIFA, he was rated the same as Karim Bellarabi from Bayer Leverkusen and an ancient washed up Pedro from Chelsea. That's not fitting of what Griezmann was producing at the time, even before he broke through. He was rated the same as a washed up Falcao at Chelsea, and Falcao was 88 rated the FIFA before. So if you drop 5 overall of the Colombian for the drop off he had at the United season, then Griezmann deserved an upgrade for his pass rating in FIFA 15 because he was the same rated as he was in this one, 83. Even the tired Wayne Rooney of 2015 managed an 86 rating. That's what Griezmann should have been rated in FIFA 16, at the least. FIFA 17, Frank Ribery, 86. Frank Ribery was world class throughout his career. Arguably in his prime, he was the 3rd best footballer in the world behind Ronaldo and Messi. When he won the treble with Bayern Munich in 2013 and also got selected to the FIFA Team of the Year. The actual FIFA, not the game, silly. I mean, also the game. Never mind, you get the point. But FIFA 17 was released in the summer of 2016. You know, the times of Pokemon Go, water bottle flipping, and the mannequin challenge. Jesus Christ, I'm so old. By then, Frank Ribery was overloaded with injuries and lack of form, as the French legend was downgraded to an unnecessary load Bayern started to carry for loyalty purposes. Ribery in 2016 was not 86 rated, not a chance. His rating on the past FIFA was of 87. A -1 drop wasn't enough, I'm sorry. Take all the legacy away from Ribery, and the truth was in 2016 he was a washed up and devoid of energy to play at the top level anymore. Higher rated than Coutinho, at the time ruling over the Prem for Klopp's Liverpool, 2 ratings higher than Harry Kane, who just won the Premier League Golden Boot as he challenged for the Premier League title with fucking Spurs. Even Isco, who was 2 ratings lower and yet to reach his prime, was a better player than Ribery was in 2016. It's harsh when a legend starts declining, entering the twilight years of his career, but that's exactly what Ribery was during 2016, with Douglas Costa getting more playtime than him for Bayern during this 15-16 season. Honestly, an 83 rating for Frank Ribery would fit right for the time, because as sad as it was to admit, the Frank Ribery lighting up European football for the Bayern Munich footballing machine, ransacking Europe's best teams, was officially dead and buried. FIFA 18, Daniel Alves, 84. Again, playing to the sympathy of the elders. You can discuss on how Dani Alves was key for the Champions League final Juventus reached in the 16-17 season, but you'd also be kinda wrong. Dani Alves scored 1 goal throughout those knockout matches in the Champions League against Monaco in the semis. That's it. For the rest of the season, he was basically a rotation player due to his age and injury problems. He didn't have the legs to play week in, week out anymore. He played 19 league games that season for Juve, mostly out of the right wing back position in a 3 at the back formation. The worst thing you can do to an aging right back struggling with continuous injury problems. The performance in the Champions League special against Monaco masked the overall truth about him at the time. He was aging and aging fast. An 84 rating should be awarded to the best fullbacks in the world for the time, and Dani Alves wasn't that anymore. Higher rated than Kyle Walker, who enjoyed a fantastic season in Spurs' backline. Even higher rated than a teenage Mbappe, who shocked the world with their explosive arrival to the main stage of football. If you want to live out of a museum, be my guest and explain his credentials. You will never be able to make an argument that in the summer of 2017, Dani Alves was one of the best 3 fullbacks in the world still, because he simply wasn't. FIFA 19, Alexis Sanchez 87. Alexis Sanchez's drop-off in the latter parts of the last decade was something that caught the world by surprise, especially Man United fans. But if we clear all the bullshit in the air, Sanchez might have been an 87 rated caliber player in 2015, 2016, or even 2017, but not 2018. Not anymore. This dude was tired and completely out of it. He finished the last season counting both spells at Arsenal and Man United during the 17-18 season with 7 goals in all competitions. He missed the qualification to the 2018 World Cup with Chile, the same Chile that under his watch was reigning back-to-back Copa America champions and was now a permanent staple in the United bench, having to watch Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial, 2 children by comparison, skipping ahead of him in the queue. Rashford was rated as an 81. Martial was rated as an 83, and both were better players than Alexis Sanchez was in the summer of 2018. There's no denying it. The great Alexis Sanchez exploding for Arsenal's front line was gone, and he never came back since. Like it or not, even with his downfall coming way sooner than people expected, including EA, an 87 rating in FIFA 19 is basically kissing up Man United players' asses without any rationality. Sanchez deserved an 82 at the most, especially if they rated Rashford an 81.
Get Wi-Fi anywhere you go.
Hold up.
That's why this video is sponsored by Snaxy. Snaxy is a free app you can get both on iOS or Android. Snaxy rewards you just for playing mobile games on the go. You can choose a game through the app, complete the challenges, and earn Snaxy coins as you play. Kinda like how FIFA coins are to FIFA Ultimate Team. Those coins can be then redeemed for PayPal cash, Amazon vouchers, or even gaming gift cards. If you're already playing games on your phone anyway, you might as well get something back from it. Download Snaxy using the link in the description. FIFA 20, Trent Alexander-Arnold 83. In the 18-19 season, Trent Alexander-Arnold was a 21-year-old who played every week for a Liverpool team who lost 1 Premier League game that season, got 97 points on the board in the most competitive league in the world, and lifted the Champions League trophy with 4 assists in the tournament during the knockout stages. And all he gets for his efforts is a measly, a weak 83 rating. Are you kidding me? Granted, he was really young, and he only had 1 amazing season under his belt professionally, but that never stopped Lamine Yamal being rated at an 86 after 1 season of professional football. Clearly, the age thing is not an issue, so Trent being an 83 rated is a sacrilege considering the world-class season he just delivered, and especially considering his rating on the previous FIFA of 78, just a 5 rating upgrade from the previous FIFA. And you're telling me that Trent was as good at the time as both Daley Blind and Nelson Semedo. Even Andrew Robertson, his Liverpool fullback teammate, even he got an 85. A broken 32-year-old tired Marcelo got 2 overalls more than Trent did in FIFA 20. Justice for Trent, man, an 83 rating after the near perfect season he just had with the greatest team on the planet at the time, and especially considering the following season that Liverpool walked to a Premier League title with ease, is just evidence on how EA got this rating dead wrong. FIFA 21, David Luiz 79. This one really breaks my heart because growing up, I was the one sticking my head out of the sand saying David Luiz could become the next world-class centre-back for Brazil, the one to carry us to World Cup success. Yeah, bro, I was like 9 years old. No wonder I became a YouTuber with brains like that. But David Luiz in the summer of 2020, so in COVID times, this guy was at the lowest point of his career and probably his life, barring the 7-1 in 2014. This guy was the biggest clown in football, summed up by the first Premier League match after the lockdown was lifted that season. An embarrassing but kind of typical at the time 3-0 defeat to Man City in a match that saw David Luiz giving Arsenal fans cardiac arrest with his brand of retarded defending, including getting sent off in the process. So with all of this, a drop from an 83 rating in FIFA 20 to a 79 in FIFA 21 is way too soft. This guy couldn't have been even a gold card in Ultimate Team. He belonged to the silver trenches. The new Brazilian centre-back Dali, who eventually became world-class, Gabriel Magalhães, was 78 in FIFA 21. Honestly, if Gabriel just met that Arsenal squad in the 3-0 defeat to Man City, he would have a much better display than whatever David Luiz was doing. You're telling me David Luiz in that match against Man City was a better defender than a young Manuel Akanji at Borussia Dortmund and Ibrahima Konate at RB Leipzig? No! Just no! He wasn't. Of course he wasn't. 72 at best. Seriously. FIFA 22, Gerard Piqué 84. Another washed up elder who couldn't keep up with Father Time. Gerard Piqué, a world champion, 4-time European champion, part of the Spanish golden generation that had the world in a chokehold just 10 years earlier, was now 34, suffering from knee injuries the whole of the previous season in 2021, and being one of the illustration of Barcelona's fall from grace that had Messi leaving that summer. Barcelona was terrorized by PSG in the Champions League and Mbappe having free roam against the aging Barcelona lineup, finished a humiliating third in La Liga, and had to settle for a Copa del Rey title. In what planet, after that season, you give Piqué an 84 rating? Above a young Jules Koundé, already a European champion with Sevilla, the Europa League. It kinda counts, shut the fuck up. Antonio Rudiger was the backbone behind the three-man defense that turned Chelsea from a mid-table Premier League crisis into European champions. And all he gets is an upgrade from 81 to 83, lower than Piqué. Like, what the fuck? Pau Torres stood his ground in Villarreal's Europa League title campaign in 2021, and all he gets is an 83 rating as well. Both of these guys at the time would run rings around poor old Piqué. Truth also is that wouldn't be the worst thing to happen to Piqué before he retired. Surely that was like a midlife crisis or something. Like, how do you cheat on fucking Shakira, bro? How did you fumble that blonde bag? You had every guy's dream, the salmon Amina in bed every night with you. Like, fuck off, he's an idiot. FIFA 23, Vinicius Junior 86. Maybe he was also too young. Maybe I'm being biased because he's also Brazilian. Maybe I'm being biased because he came through the club I support ever since the age of birth and gave me so much joy over the years that my pants started feeling a little too sticky. But the thing is, Vinicius Junior was one of the top 5 best players in the world in the summer of 2022. That's a no-brainer. He proved to become the next Real Madrid superstar the club always craves, especially before the imminent departure of Karim Benzema off the back of a Ballon d'Or win. Vinny had goal involvements in every single knockout match bar one in the Champions League that year of 21-22, with the goal that sealed the title for Real Madrid against Liverpool. It was pretty clear that Vinny was here to stay, just like Salah announced his arrival to the world in the 17-18 season. But Salah got an 88 rating the following FIFA, and Vinny got a measly 86. I mean, fair, it doesn't look that different, but on that FIFA he was rated the same as Christopher Nkunku. Like, that's fucking brutal. I don't think I can imagine anyone even daring to compare Nkunku to Vinny in any way other than blowing bubblegums. Rated the same as a 32-year-old Ciro Immobile of Lazio, and one rating above Iago fucking Aspas of Celta fucking Vigo. That's a joke. Proven by the following 2 seasons that Vinny started taking European football by storm, winning another Champions League title for Real Madrid in 2024, scoring every knockout round and in the shot for a Ballon d'Or. But he was too unlikable, the journalist said. Yeah, journalists are worse people than rapists, bro. You can't even tell me otherwise. If Heung-min Son was an 89 rated player in FIFA 23, so was Vinny that year. Vai tomar no cu, porra. FC 24, Casemiro 89. Casemiro hasn't been an 89 rated player for like half a decade now, probably. It's so funny. The moment Man United looked like they could do something and revive the club, the media and the pundits start hyping up the squad by stating how they're gonna challenge for the league title this season. It'll finally be their year. Man United finished 3rd in the league on the 22-23 season, with many improvements following 6th place in the previous season, largely thanks to the free agent signing of Casemiro off the back of 4 Champions League titles with Real Madrid. Casemiro started running the midfield at Old Trafford, so it's not like he was already past it when he arrived. The opposite, actually. But 89? The best CDM in the world alongside Rodri? How? That's glorifying a player who's 1 to 2 injuries away of starting a drastic decline to his career. Like we've seen ever since that season, including the 23-24 season, Casemiro was 89 rated for. You're telling me for the time that Casemiro was a more impactful player for United than the 88 rated Bruno Fernandes? Or even Fede Valverde at the time started to blow up Real Madrid's midfield like my dad going to blow up a kindergarten. FC 25, Neymar 87. I am proudly a Neymar Zech. I would gladly name my firstborn child Neymar Junior Santos. And I'm the biggest supporter for this sexy man who delighted my childhood, my teenage years, and my slow march towards a quick and painless death. But he wasn't near enough an 87 rated player, not in the summer of 2024. He was dried up, absolutely tired and morbidly obese. That is not the shape of an 87 rated player. Well, unless you're Casemiro in a Real Madrid triple extra large shirt. By the summer of 2024, Neymar was sunbathing in the Arabian desert, counting down the days until his contract ran out, so he could go back to Brazil and live life at ease, being worshipped everywhere he played. Despite playing 40 fucking minutes of football in 12 months, he was rated higher than Ousmane Dembele, a prime Rafael Leão, and Kvaratskhelia. Rodrigo, who is now a piece of Real Madrid bench fluff, was 86 rated. No, excuse me, excuse you. If Rodrigo in 2024 was an 86 rated, and so was Dembele, Neymar is an 80 rated player at best. Even with a magical genius touch of football and technique that no player in the world has, his body was done with football for that year, especially for Al Hilal. The least thing he did at Al Hilal was play football. He had less professional goals in the year 2024 than he had kills in CSGO streaming. Despite my love and affection for this man, 80 rated at best. FC 26, Nuno Mendes, 86. The best fullback in the world, some might say. That was the description Nuno Mendes had when PSG won their first ever Champions League title in 2025. Nuno Mendes was the perfection of what is expected of a modern world-class fullback. The lightning pace combined with stellar defensive work followed by quick offensive transitions that no team had an answer to. Him and Hakimi were now occupying the roles of the best fullback duo in the world. And whilst Hakimi flies high to an 89 rating alongside the best players in the world, Nuno gets discounted to an 86. No bro, he wasn't just one rating above Di Marco of Inter Milan. If you watch 5 minutes of the 2025 Champions League final, you would see the clear difference between the two. One plays like a cheetah on coke, and the other by comparison looks like he's permanently frozen in place. 2 ratings shy of a 33-year-old Dani Carvajal, and crucially below Jules Koundé of Barcelona. Koundé was rated as an 87 rated, and deservedly so. But aside from strength, Nuno was better than Koundé in every single category, band for band. Hakimi was an 89 rated in FC 26, right? Or it still is, because it's still happening right now, I guess. If Hakimi was an 89, so was Nuno.
Ela senta na pica branca, ela senta na pica preta, ela senta na pica branca, ela senta na pica preta. Ela queria ter 2 bucetas e sentar ao mesmo tempo na branca e na preta. Ela queria ter 2 bucetas, 2 bucetas, 2 bucetas.